Local businesses across Connecticut giving customers something to look forward to with promotions and incentives for getting the vaccine. Now, one Norwalk bakery is hoping to pass on the smile from customer to customer by giving out free cupcakes. News 12's Shosh Bedrosian has that story.
You received your vaccination shot. You get a free cupcake today.
A sweet lover's dream.
I mean, a free cupcake, who can say no to that?
At Forever Sweet Bakery in Norwalk, you can pick up a free cupcake of any flavor if you've gotten the COVID-19 vaccine.
If we can brighten up someone's day, cheer them up a little bit, sweeten their day up, you know, we're all for it.
Customer.
Oh, it's awesome. I think it helps promote for getting the vaccine.
After customer.
I'm going to eat it when I go home.
The bakery says more than 100 people have come in so far for the freebie.
The responses has been overwhelming, actually. I didn't think that people would come in as much as they are.
As you do things like this, which is very nice.
Yes, we just try to help out, you know.
They even got thank you letters in the mail from customers.
And for encouraging people to get out to vaccinate by offering a free cupcake, this is a great public service.
The bakery is using the honor system when people come in for a free cupcake.
You get to pick and choose which one you want, chocolate, vanilla, red velvet.
And being fully vaccinated myself.
And let's do the peanut butter one, because that's my favorite.
And with no purchase needed.
All right, so my vaccines for a cupcake.
Yeah.
Now this promotion is happening for the entire month of May, and to be cautious so I can take my mask off, I'm outside here to give you guys a taste test of this cupcake. Let's give it a go. It's delicious. We're in Norwalk. I'm Shosh Bedrosian, News 12, Connecticut.
Some people have had it for over a year now.
So-called long hauler syndrome leaves up to 10% of COVID patients with symptoms months after infection. Researchers at the Yale School of Medicine say the causes are still unclear.
The study really is to kind of get at both of those issues, to try to understand, what's causing disease in these people and how can we improve the symptoms.
Researchers are looking for long haulers to participate who haven't been vaccinated yet.
We're hoping to get people before they get the vaccine so we can monitor what their immune response looks like, and then after.
Professor Akiko Iwasaki says the inspiration for the study started on social media.
On Twitter, I started seeing people reporting improvement in their symptoms.
Informal polling from patient groups like Survivor Corps found about 40% of long haulers were feeling better after the vaccine.
Without those surveys and polls, we wouldn't be here. So it's been a critical partnership.
Other patients reported feeling the same or worse. Now, researchers want to find out what's causing some long haulers to make a recovery.
They have their full oxygen levels back in their blood. They can think better. They can walk now. I mean, there's a lot of things that the people are reporting.
Professor Iwasaki hopes the data will help create new therapies and give long haulers hope.
The whole point of the study is to understand what makes people feel better so we can emulate that in the people who aren't getting better with the vaccine.
Sean McCabe, News 12, Connecticut.
Participants will give blood samples before vaccination and again at 6 and 12 weeks after their first shot. If you're interested in participating, we have an email address for you at news12.com.
The granddaughter of Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz, who lives in Milford, sharing a story of heartbreak and hope exclusively with News 12 Connecticut today, holding a remembrance ceremony 2 weeks ago for her 31-year-old daughter who died of breast cancer. Frank Recchia has that story.
She was the biggest fighter. She was my hero.
51-year-old Julia Arnaz of Milford, whose grandparents Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz were Hollywood royalty, is talking on camera for the first time ever about what she describes as the most painful experience of her life.
It's something I wouldn't want to wish on any mother.
Losing her daughter, 31-year-old Desiree Anzalone. She died after a long battle with breast cancer in September. Due to the pandemic, the family waited 7 months before finally dedicating her headstone, which they did in a ceremony 2 weeks ago.
Her last words to me was, "Mom," and I was walking out, and she says, "Imagine, she's so strong." She says, "You're going to be okay. You're going to be okay."
What's helping her be okay, she says, is using the platform of her grandparents' fame.
They just keep making people laugh.
To build awareness about breast cancer and the importance of getting regular screenings.
I would just tell the young women and to just really be aware of your body and to live clean, live a good, clean, healthy life. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you so much. Desiree, I love you so much.
Senator Richard Blumenthal honoring Arnez today for using her daughter's legacy and that of her famous family to try and save other lives.
Not just show business, she's making a real difference through her personal work and fighting through the grief of her loss.
And she loved to sing. She played the piano.
Arnez says her happy memories are what keeps her going. She says she's close to her dad, Desi Arnez Jr., and is very excited about the major motion picture coming out starring Nicole Kidman as her grandmother. She says Desiree bears a striking resemblance to the beautiful I Love Lucy star, and she's very proud to be carrying on her daughter's equally beautiful legacy.
So she's doing her job. Through me, I'm her voice, but she's also up there, and that's what keeps me going.
In Milford, Frank Recchia, News 12, Connecticut.
Arnez telling News 12 that she's grateful to the thousands of people who have reached out to her family from all over the world, sending their good wishes in memory of her daughter.
It's time to focus on mom.
M-O-M. How beautiful is this? The mompreneurs at Koisaboa Kitchen have some great ideas to make your celebration even sweeter.
So we have everything here to make your Mother's Day brunch super easy and even socially distance safe. All of our appetizers we have out, you can easily pick up, hold, and walk around with. We have some delicious treats and everything, little mini crustless quiches, mini pancake stacks, and one of our favorite things is to always have an appetizer and drink ready for your guests when they walk in, especially having a kid-friendly option as well. So we have some Long Island rosé topped with baguettes, with a little bit of goat cheese, edible flowers for the adults, and for kids, sparkling pink lemonade with mini waffles topped with Nutella and mixed berries.
Wow.
Also, one of our favorite things to do for any type of home event is having fresh flowers everywhere. There's so many easy ways to have fresh flowers in your house now, with farmers markets everywhere, or our favorite is just grabbing a bouquet at your own local grocery store while you're shopping for your food. And definitely adding personal touches to your tablescape. Putting loud pictures of mom, your kids, things like that, brings everything together and always makes for a more special Mother's Day.
And this is such a statement piece, and it has a little bit of everything.
Yes. So our sweet treat boxes, they come in all different letters and numbers. For mom specifically, we have out spelled mom, and they're filled with a mix of cupcakes, macaroons, chocolates, candies, chocolate covered pretzels, and it basically becomes your centerpiece because it's also filled with some beautiful flowers.
I love that you also use your appetizers. It's kind of like a decoration too.
You know, you eat with your eyes first, so it's got to be pretty.
I love it. It looks beautiful. And if you want some more ideas to celebrate Mother's Day, we have it for you on news12.com. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, this Long Island dining encounter is getting millions of views on TikTok. Have you seen this? That was Adam Sandler trying to get a table at IHOP in Manhasset. There he is in the black mask. But the waitress didn't recognize him and tells the famous comedian there's a 30-minute wait. So he leaves. Adam Sandler's not going to wait. Our Christine Nzinga is in Manhasset tonight, where IHOP staffers hope the actor will make another appearance.
Yeah, staff members here at IHOP couldn't talk to us tonight, but patrons are still getting a kick out of the fact that no one recognized the Hollywood comedian here. And the hostess, well, she's still shaking her head at what happened afterward.
I didn't think it was gonna go viral.
Seems Diana Rodas still can't believe her TikTok video of her unknowingly turning away Adam Sandler at the Manhasset IHOP earlier this week was viewed more than 10 million times and has more than 2 million likes.
Everyone's asking how I didn't recognize him. It's because he had a big beard. I've never seen Adam Sandler with a beard. And the mask didn't help.
Even if I didn't see him, I just heard his voice, I would have known that it was him.
Her video caption, "Please come back," reads, quote, not realizing it's Adam Sandler and telling him it's a 30-minute wait, and him, of course, leaving because he's not going to wait 30 minutes for IHOP. The Hollywood star, known for his roles in Happy Gilmore, The Do-Over, and 50 First Dates, just to name a few, apparently didn't use his clout at an attempt to get special treatment. He just seemed to acknowledge the situation and walks out.
Very humble of him to just be just like anybody else.
Just being a citizen, you know, he's just being a human being. That's who he is.
Again, no one from IHOP was able to speak with us tonight, but they did issue a statement saying that they appreciate their famous customers and they're looking forward to actually serving him the next time he comes to visit. As for Sandler, meantime, no mention of the oversight anywhere on his social media. In Manhasset tonight, Christina Nsinga, News 12, Long Island.
Thought moving was going to free me, but boy, was I wrong.
Jacqueline Peretta didn't have to look far for inspiration. Generation Porque, or Y in Spanish, is inspired by her own Cuban-American New Jersey family.
Of course, this is very specific to the Cuban-American experience, but it's so universal. Like, you know, chasing our dreams, becoming adults, coming of age, that's something we all have to go through, and we all have parents that have expectations for us.
Peretta plays the character Jackie, a struggling actress caught between striking out on her own
All this time spent chasing your dreams is time spent away from your family.
and the wishes of her more traditional parents, who are Cuban immigrants. If you look close, you'll even see that Peretta's hometown of Marlboro gets a shout-out on the shirt she's wearing in one of the scenes. Generation Porque will stream beginning this weekend on HBO Latino and HBO Max.
I have no chill, none. I am so excited to share this story. I mean, I've been doing this for such a long time.
Peretta began writing the project 4 years ago, which has screened at film festivals before getting picked up by HBO.
You are the star, the title character, the writer, the producer. That's a lot of pressure.
It is, but honestly, I have such a strong vision for this, and I'm so passionate about it. I can't imagine not doing it, and also I'm the cheapest to pay. If I'm the star, I'm the cheapest.
The pilot episode is being streamed. Peretta is hoping that a series comes next. John Bathke, News 12, New Jersey.
If you live in Hunterdon, Warren, or Middlesex counties, you may be seeing a strange car on the road, covered in what looks like spiky ball-shaped models of the coronavirus. News 12 New Jersey's Brian Donahue followed behind on man's attempt to get us through the pandemic, one ride at a time.
Well, I just cleaned this car out before I left here.
I believe you.
I just cleaned it out.
It looks beautiful.
Well, I don't know.
This is super exciting.
Today was Colleen Ingram's appointment for her second COVID vaccine shot, but her husband took the family car to work, and it was too rainy to ride her motorcycle, so she called the Covey car. It's the sweet Rona ride of Joe Cicchetti, who outfitted his Fiat with dozens of coronavirus models he made himself with dryer balls and PVC pipe.
There's a lot of trial and error that went into this, and probably took at least 2 to 3 months to figure out the best way to make this all work.
Get a lot of looks from people.
We get a ton of those.
The Brooklyn native, who now lives in Bloomsbury, uses his virus model-covered car to give free rides to whoever needs a lift to get their shot. He's given lifts to several dozen people now, and as you can see, he gets paid in gratitude and great conversation.
So I grew up on 82nd Street and 14th Avenue.
Okay.
And when I was a kid, a block away was a pharmacy. Whenever somebody was sick, my grandfather, my especially would say, he had a very heavy Italian accent, he would say, go see Dr. Fauci. And it was Anthony Fauci's father's pharmacy of the block. Right up the block from us. And he would go up there and he'd get the prescription filled.
That's amazing.
It's amazing.
What a small, and here you are.
And here I am now, and here I'm doing this now, you know.
That's why I believe the circles collide.
Yes, the circles collide, especially if we decide to work and make them collide.
Congratulations.
Often all it takes is the desire to get up and help. Some old dryer balls and a little Gorilla Glue, that'll help too.
Kudos to you, man.
I'm Brian Donahue. That's Positively New Jersey.
You've got to love his creativity. You know, it's been a rough year. Make us smile. Cicchetti says the best way to get in touch with him is through the Joe's Covey Car Facebook page. There he takes reservations and donations for gas and other expenses. A filmmaker who grew up here in New Jersey and won an Oscar this past Sunday hopes his documentary sends a powerful message about life and coming to grips with our pasts. News 12 New Jersey's John Bathke spoke with him about the film Colette.
I definitely felt that Hollywood magic sort of touch.
Director Anthony Giacchino won the Academy Award last weekend.
When you were a kid growing up in Edgewater Park, Did you dream? Did you think one day that there you'd be sitting holding an Oscar?
No. I never thought that growing up in
A student of history who went into filmmaking, both of Giacchino's worlds come together in Colette.
Allez, on y va. Va, parce qu'on va pas rester là 8 jours.
It tells the emotional story of a 90-year-old woman in France, Colette Marin Catherine. The film documents her very first trip to the German concentration camp where her brother, a member of the French resistance, died during World War II.
What do you hope people who watch get from this film? What do you hope they discover?
So I hope that people understand that it takes a lot of courage to look into your past.
Marin Catherine had avoided this part of her past for more than 70 years, he says.
Colette spent, and she says it, her life trying to forget this, right? And it was, I think, for her, a survival mechanism.
Giacchino says he was in France 3 years ago, exploring possible stories about World War II, when someone happened to mention to him the woman whose story has now become an Oscar-winning film.
It wasn't that we had read anything about her or someone knew her. It just came out of a simple conversation over lunch with a tour guide.
He believes there is a message for people everywhere in Colette about acknowledging the past in hopes that it leads to a better future. John Bathke, News 12, New Jersey.
Colette won the Oscar for Best Documentary Short Film. It's in French with English subtitles. You can watch it online for free.
Hundreds line up at the Cure Arena in Trenton this morning, some with appointments, many without, an expanded walk-in effort to increase access to COVID-19 vaccines.
I think it's about what we expected. We knew we had a few appointments first thing this morning that had registered, but I think we expected there to be a lot of people waiting in line.
By afternoon, lines disappear, vaccinations decline. Hours extended to increase access as the COVID-19 vaccine supply begins to outpace the demand in many places.
Actually, here in Mercer County, especially at our location, we've seen a steady pace so far. We haven't had any real drop yet.
All done. Free to go. 1,000 one-dose Johnson & Johnson vaccines are available at the location. So far, 61% of Mercer County's adult population has already received at least one vaccine dose. But hesitancy continues to be an issue.
I'm not big into needles, but I like the idea that I could get a single dose and I'm done.
I was kind of back and forth on doing the vaccination and whatnot, but I knew it needed to be done. So I was like, I'm going to do my part and jump in, when the opportunity is available.
Over 257,000 doses of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine have been administered statewide. Hundreds of people willing to take the J&J vaccine at this clinic, while a few opt out over concerns after the vaccine's pause in mid-April.
We have the Moderna, or if you don't want Moderna, there's also Pfizer at other locations, but please come and get our Moderna vaccine. We have lots of open appointments.
There are 3,000 appointments for the Moderna vaccine available in Mercer County this week. In Trenton, Keith Kosinski, News 12 New Jersey.
This is a tough story for me to read. Food and Wine ranking New York as number 3 on the list of top pizza states. What? So who's serving up a better slice than us? Well, apparently New Jersey takes the top spot, and if you live on the Connecticut border, that state is number 2. So we asked the real critics, you guys at home here in the Hudson Valley, to weigh in on our Twitter poll. So who do you think has the best pizza? New York? 80% almost say New York. Jersey and Connecticut both get 10% each. So that's pretty good, right? Rich makes a good point. He says people all over the world say, I miss Jersey pizza. It's all about New York, man. Come on. And Rennie says New York has the best pizza, especially Johnny's in money-earning Mount Vernon. All right, so where's your favorite spot? Let us know on Facebook and Twitter. We want to hear from you.
And you know what it is? Connecticut always is on the top, but it's all because of New Haven.
Well, right.
You know what I mean?
Look,
so it's not the whole state.
Exactly. And I've lived in Connecticut. They ain't got any good pizza. New Haven, yes, but that's a small part, like you say. I lived in Jersey. They got some good pizza there. But ain't nobody got the pizza like New York. With the crisp, thin crust, and then underneath it's soft so you can fold it up like a taco and eat it. That's New York.
Ian is the unbiased voice. He's been in all 3.
That's right.
I got to tell you guys, I grew up in New Jersey. Jersey born and raised. Yeah. New York has the best pizza.
That's right.
Yeah,
New Yorker here. So